Thank you for attending the GIAN course. Second lecture will be myself, Anandan from Tiruchi. I am talking about how did chemistry become a science. This is an introduction lecture because Dr. Jegadesan will cover most of the semiconductors and molecular electronics, and here mostly chemistry students are most of that, so I prefer to give some basic about the chemistry here. And then tomorrow my lecture will be mostly solar cells, and we have a solar cell training class will be there on Thursday afternoon. How to fabricate solar cells we will explain. So this lecture will be the first question for maybe for master students if they want what is maybe chemistry, why chemistry is called science. So you have to ask question by yourself, why chemistry become a science? So you can ask question like this, okay. So how did chemistry become a science? What is the proof? See, chemistry people always ask reference actually, you know. We always ask reference. Okay. So what is the reference for a reaction? For example, you know, potassium dichromate is red in color, yellow in color, orange in color actually. People will ask you, how do you say potassium dichromate is orange color? Then you can take a UV visible spectroscopy method and we can say a peak, D band and pi to pi star transition, etc., from which you can understand the peak will be there. So chemist people always want a proof for everyone. That's a very important point. So what is the meaning of chemist opposite? Opposite of chemist. Boy means girl, man means woman we can say, but for chemist opposite. Anyone knows chemist opposite? Physics. No, physics is not a chemistry opposite. We call the word alchemist. We call the word alchemist actually, okay. So we call the word alchemist. Chemist opposite will be alchemist. What is this alchemist actually? We call alchemist people are engineers, particularly chemical engineers. You know, chemical engineers will say they are alchemists. What is the alchemist actually, okay? Chemistry, we will synthesize the organic molecule. We put A plus B give rise to product actually. But alchemist people say, take anything, we want the final product. We want only the final product. Like a magician, we called alchemists are magicians actually. What is the magicians actually? Magician, he have a hat in his head. He take his head and put some ribbon inside, and then he take from it a pigeon. He take a pigeon from outside the hat. See, that's the alchemist. A magician will put a ribbon inside a cap, and then he will take a pigeon outside. So that's the alchemist. So engineering people want only the final product. They don't worry about what is the chemical used for preparation. We want only the final product. That's the rule of the alchemist. So alchemists are called black magic. Okay, that's called black magic. So in this word we can see conversion of lead into gold. We have a proof, whether we have a proof for this one. Conversion of lead into gold. Whether we can convert lead into gold. See, all people we want gold because gold price is now 70,000 rupees in India. We want to make gold. So we ask, if you are a chemist, okay, your wife will say or your so-and-so will ask you, why not you are a chemist, you can convert and give a gold for me. So I can ask you whether you can prepare a lead into gold. Whether you can prepare a lead into gold. The alchemist people say we can do it actually. But chemist people says we want a proof for this one. Chemist people always want a proof actually. That's the difference. Okay. So for example, I am a faculty guide. I ask my student to do this reaction, conversion of lead into gold. Student says, sir, how can we do actually? Okay. So what is the atomic number of lead? Anyone knows atomic number of lead? 82. Lead will be atomic number 82. So we want to gold. Gold will be atomic number 79. So how to convert lead into gold? So we have put A plus B chemical something and we want to make. So it's a problem actually. So it will be prepared only by radiation method. Okay, we can go to your BARC or you go to your Baba Atomic Center, then we can do your radiations actually, then we can convert your lead into gold. So 82 bombard with alpha particle, okay, that is called 2He4. So 82 becomes converted into 80, that's your mercury, we can get a mercury. And then after mercury, we can convert into remove the beta particle from it, we get your gold, -1 E, beta particle is -1 E0, we can get your gold 79. So this is the simple, we think to explain is very easy, but when you want to do the reaction, very, very tough, you should be doing the radiation chemistry actually, okay. So radiation chemistry laboratory only we can do it actually. So this alchemist they are called opposite of chemists. They are magic people. They want to convert such reactions. Okay, always guide will say we want to do these reactions. But when you do the reactions, only you can feel that you want yellow color, but you get a brown color or you get a red color actually. So what is the problem that you have to identify? That's the important point of your research actually. Okay. So we go this alchemist. Alchemists are, this will be the people who are in the ancient times. Okay. So they will say we are the first persons find the gunpowder. You say they are the people. Roger Bacon is one of the alchemists. He say he is the first person find the gunpowder actually. But before he starts gunpowder, maybe someone in the ancient time they can find it actually. But they claim like that he is the one find this one gunpowder actually. Like this they want to do. So the alchemist people want not chemical reaction, they want only transmutation, that is conversion of one form into another. That's called alchemist. That is conversion. Alchemist means conversion of one form and take into another form. The final form you want, that's called your alchemist. That's called your transmutation reaction. They call that actually transmutation reactions. Conversion of one form into another is called transmutation reactions. Okay. So change one substance lead and convert it into gold. That's called your transmutation reactions. There's no chemical reactions. They just say lead into gold. That's called your transmutations actually. Okay. Another important reaction. So I can convert lead into gold is okay. Now can I convert copper into gold? You can think, can I convert copper into gold? Copper will be a brown color compound and gold will be a yellow color compound, and they can do. So people say it is possible, and what they add, that's called philosopher's stone. That's alchemist people say they can add philosopher's stone and they can convert your copper into gold. So very important here, copper atomic number 29 and gold atomic number 79. Just by adding something called philosopher's stone, they can convert this one. So what is this philosopher's stone? You know, if you go and see your chemist notebook actually, they will hide many reactions. They don't write inspline act because someone follow the notebook actually, they can prepare. Generally research scholar, he write in a small words, he add some 50 ml water, he never say 50 ml water he added actually. He added water is added. How much water added? Only I can ask that student only say 50 ml sir. But others will say water is added, means how much water added? No one knows. So same thing here, in the ancient time, they convert copper into gold by adding a philosopher's stone. What is the philosopher's stone? They won't explain you. That's our seniors. Seniors won't explain you what is philosopher's stone. Okay, so we have to confirm. So chemist people want proof for this. So chemist people always want a proof. What is the philosopher's stone? We have to search what is philosopher's stone in the internet, and we find it is nothing but zinc dust in HCl. Philosopher's stone is nothing but zinc dust in HCl is called philosopher's stone. So copper on reaction with zinc dust in HCl, what happens? It forms gold. Their claim, chemist people say, alchemist people say, they convert copper into gold by adding a philosopher's stone. That's a zinc dust in HCl. Okay, that's the important point. So this is, we cannot do by normal chemical reactions because copper atom 29 and gold will be 79. So we cannot do by normal method, but we have to do some special method to do the reaction actually. So what they do, they take a gold coin. This is the magic people. Okay, they take a gold coin and they put in a copper, put in a zinc dust in HCl. Okay, but chemist people say when you put the copper coin into zinc dust in HCl, first zinc coating is formed on the copper coin. You can see zinc coating is formed, and then when you eat the copper coin and the zinc dust and coating copper coin, it convert into a gold color coin. Convert into a gold color coin. I am using the word not gold coin, gold color coin. So this is the reaction. So what is the reaction takes place here? Chemist people always want a proof. They want what is the reaction takes place. So they give a proof for this one actually. When copper reacts with zinc dust HCl, it won't form gold, it forms brass. Chemist people say it forms a brass actually, okay? It forms a brass actually, not a gold. So that's a difference actually. The alchemists say it's the gold coin, but chemist people say proof for it one. That's a science, okay? We give a science, it's formed only a brass. Copper plus zinc gives a brass actually, that's your zinc coated coin, that's called as a brass. It's not a gold coin, it's a gold color coin, that's the difference. So chemist people always want a proof for everything. That's the difference between a chemist and alchemist. That's why chemistry became a science. Why it became a science? They want everything proof. That's the important point we can see actually. Okay. So this is the error. But now you know we have nowadays we are doing reactions. We are use your mobile phone to make your recording everything actually. Okay. But in the olden days there's no they cannot record actually. Then how can they do it actually? So that's the way. So we can see the people, the alchemy. We call the alchemy. Why is the word alchemy? What is meant by alchemy? So we call this black magic people alchemy. Why the word alchemy comes? Okay. So generally in the worldwide, okay, which country is famous for chemistry? If we talk about only Egypt country. The country will be Egypt. Egypt people are very hard-working people, and they only find lot of beakers, everything. Okay, beakers and many electrical many things actually. Why we say particularly Egypt people are very important? You know, they can store the dead body for longer period. Okay, very important, they can store the dead body for longer period. Okay, so that means they use some chemicals to store the dead body for longer period. That's called mummy. Okay, so they are the people. They use lot of things to make the body to live for long period because they use lot of chemicals. So when you go to Egypt, okay, you know Egypt will be pyramids there, etc. By mummy also there actually. When you go and see the one, you can feel the perfume smell there actually. Okay. So one time I went to Egypt actually. That time I went to a shop to buy a chemical scent perfume. Small 5 ml bottle, they cost about 2000 rupees approximately. I said very expensive. Then they said just put a attomolar. You know attomolar means 10 power minus 70. Very small drop in my hand, and that drop will have a perfume for more than 1 month in my body. So that much strong perfume they are making actually. So it will be useful for store the dead body for longer period. So alchemy people are mostly the Egypt people. We call Egypt is a country where they can make lot of chemicals and dyes, etc. And they are the people we call chemi. Why the word alchemy? Where everyone knows. For example, my name is Anandan. When you go to my house, they ask nickname is there. Why they put nickname actually? What is my alchemy? Egypt is a country, is in Africa, the border actually. Okay, so mostly the people are black. So black people are mostly hardworking people compared to the Europeans. Europeans are generally very lethargic. They come only to the office Monday morning 10:30 or 12, and Friday afternoon they will go. Okay, that's the European people actually. But ancient people, that is Mid-Eastern country like Egypt people, they are very hardworking people and they do lot of things. That's why they say they are they think lot of thinkers and they do many things actually. So the country Egypt is called Chemia. In the olden days, they called Egypt country is called Chemia. Chemia means black. Chem means black, so it means black country. Egypt is a country is called black. Then where is the word Al comes? Al is the word come from the Arab people. Arab people ruled the country Egypt. That's the way they call the word alchemy. Alchemy, okay? Chem means Egypt. Al means Arab. So Arab country ruled the country of Egypt actually. That's why called alchemy comes. That's the way we can see. So these people make dead body to live for a longer period. They are called magic people. Okay, they don't say how they prepare the dead body for a longer period. They are called magic people. That's why the word alchemy come from them actually. Okay, so alchemia means the word al means Arab. Chemia means your Egypt country ruled by Arab people. That's the word alchemy comes from the system actually. So the alchemy people are real people. They do lot of real science in the world actually. Okay, next. So what happened now? We have a timeline. We have a timeline for this one actually. Okay, nowadays we are in the modern era. If you ask your people who is doing organic chemistry, she says I do small molecule actually. Okay, but you can ask her how many steps the reaction. She said I do my reaction only one step. I take a starting compound. I want a compound like a naphthaquinone or something. I take a basic compound and prepare naphthaquinone. Only one step reaction. But before 20 years, 30 years ago, the organic chemistry people will do a reaction for 40 to 50 steps. That means they start from benzene and they kindly get a final compound. So what happens when they start from benzene, first step reaction, they get yield about 50% yield. So 50% yield, they go second step, become 20%. So like this goes on. So what happens, they do a bulk reaction and then prepare a final product. Maybe it takes a year or more than a year to prepare a final compound previously. But nowadays organic people do small molecules very easily, okay, and they can publish paper. That's a difference. So the difference here, we can see now why Indian people doesn't get Nobel Prize. Only in physics we get Nobel Prize. In chemistry, no one actually. Why? Because we are doing only research. We are not doing research. We are doing research. For example, my next lab, they are doing some organic reactions. I can think that organic reaction and useful for some application. So that is your new. So this era, what we are now here, we are in the latest era. Okay, that's called your modern chemistry era, where we can get Nobel Prize. But mid-time, we have mid-time is called alchemy people. Mid-time is called alchemy people actually, where they do all reactions, but they don't give any proof. Okay, that's because they will write in small words and they will hide it actually. They don't want to explain to others actually. That's called alchemy people. Before alchemic people comes, we can call lot of theory starts. For example, Democritus in 450 BC, he is the person says atomus, that is the particles cannot be seen by naked eye. He is the one says particles cannot be seen by naked eye. It's called atomus. That means nanoparticle. We are talking about nanoparticle now, but in 450 BC, he says about nanoparticle which cannot be seen by naked eye actually. But you know, atomus come from a very small family. Okay, that means very small family means his voice is not good. People won't accept his voice, so his theory is failed. This continuous theory of matter is failed actually. Then comes your Greek scientist called Aristotle. Aristotle comes from a very big family. He can give the theory, continuous theory of matter, and same concept he can do re-research. He can do re-research and he can give a proof and it may be accepted actually. That's called your timeline. So we can say timeline starts from here. That's your Democritus. He is Democritus. His theory is not accepted and Aristotle give a very important words. Atomus can be proved. Okay. So what happens now? This is 450 BC. We don't have proof actually. Next comes your alchemy people, where they can do lead into gold, store your dead body for longer period, etc. alchemy. But what they do, they don't give you any explanation. For example, you know formula for water. Chemists will know formula of water. Not only chemists, everyone knows the formula for water will be H2O. But in the olden days, alchemy period, they don't give the symbol for water H2O. They use some height symbol. For example, in my notebook, if you take my notebook, I can write for some symbol, I can put round and some symbol. Same thing they can do in the olden days, and they can use symbols only. So that means only his son or daughter or someone maybe only knows, others won't know what has happened here. That's called alchemy period in the year 4, between your modern science and your olden period actually. They are the people, they do lot of research actually. So they are called, alchemists are called magicians actually. Okay, they are called magicians actually. So they are the elixirs and physical immorality people. You can see physical immorality. That's why I told they can store the dead body for longer period. That's not good, no? Physical immorality. We call physical immorality people, alchemy people actually. So I told they are using symbols. They don't want to use a symbol. So they write only like this. See, they write only symbols alpha, lambda, psi, eta, epsilon actually. So we also know what is the symbols actually. You can see the symbols are here. They use symbol like this actually for your chemical reaction. Gold, they don't use AU. Silver, they don't use AG. Copper, they use copper. They use only symbols actually. For water, they use only symbols. So we cannot understand what symbol they are using actually. So these symbols may be your alchemy symbols. We can call this is called alchemy symbol. Simple example. So this alchemy people, they use only symbols for any reactions. So what they want actually, they want to convert your copper or convert your iron to gold. You can see they want to convert your iron to gold. See, they use the symbols for iron. Symbol for iron will be this one. Copper symbol will be, you know, this symbol will be your biological symbol, okay. Silver will be a circle with 3/4 of moon, and gold. This is a symbol they use in the olden days to form the reactions. So this is your alchemy symbols. They don't use AU, AG, copper, Cu, etc. Iron, Fe, they use only symbols. So what they want to do? They want to convert your iron to copper, copper to silver, silver to gold. So this is the reaction. So when you see this one, what do you understand? Some circles, some arrows are nothing, sir. But they are the people hide the reaction, convert of your iron to copper, copper to silver, silver to gold, and this is the reaction. Eating condition, sand, triangle, sand, dot, 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 triangle will be heating reaction they can use. They use only symbols to mention the notebook. If you take your notebook, that notebook, you can see only symbols, no formula will be there actually. So these people will be do lot of reactions, okay, and they use conversion of lead into gold using philosopher's stone, and that may be the cheaper symbol, cheaper form of gold actually we can use, okay. So they use the conversions actually like this actually to form a reaction. So we call this is transmutation. So you already know the movies Stone Age to etc. So they convert your Stone Age from Stone Age to Iron Age to Copper Age to Silver Age to Gold Age, etc. So now we are in the Gold Age, okay, that's why gold will be more prices nowadays, late today life actually. Okay, so this is called your transmutation reaction, no chemical proof will be there for these reactions, okay, that's the important point actually. So we know this one, you all know this one actually, okay, this is your Great Wall of China, this is your pyramid, and this is your this is all built in the olden days, okay. So this is your church. If you go Vatican City, you have a church, it will be there actually. So all will be constructed in the Middle Age. So you can see in the Middle Age, nowadays we have JCB to construct the big buildings actually, but not that time there is no JCB instruments, engineering instruments. Then how they construct like this one, how they construct pyramid tower, how they construct these churches. You can understand actually Taj Mahal is constructed in river Yamuna. Why Taj Mahal is constructed in river Yamuna? Did you think, anyone think? We never think Taj Mahal because he may be ruled, Akbar may rule near to Delhi, sir, that's why he ruled actually, constructed. That's not a reason. To transport material, for example, you want transport material to construct a Taj Mahal, you have to take a lot of stones, marble stones. How to take the stones? So they can take the stones by river, via river actually. Same thing, your pyramids, big stones are there. They can take the stones to construct this one. How to take? Near to the river, Egypt, near to this pyramid actually, there is a river called Nile River will be there. So they throw the stones on the Nile River during the flood time. The stones will roll around and go to the nearby places. Then they collect it and then construct this one. Okay, this is like this one. This is Vatican City. If you go to Vatican City, okay, you can see the Jesus Christ will be quoted on the windows. Windows will be Jesus Christ, Mary, etc. will be there actually. So why they put Mary's painting and Jesus Christ painting in this actually, okay, in the churches actually you can think. These windows are made up of nowadays we can say LED or OLED, etc. These windows are now, that time they don't have any technology, they paint with the gold painting. So why they put gold painting for this one? When the sun rays enter the room, the sun rays consist of UV light. The gold painting will prevent the UV rays and allow only visible light. So you can get only visible light inside. So that's the reason. So that's the reason, for example, why they ask Sunday prayer. Sunday if you go to church from morning 10 to 12, all the visible light enters the church. You can get a lot of vitamins actually. That's the reason they put the paintings using gold nanoparticle, silver nanoparticle in the Vatican City. Lot of Jesus Christ symbols are there because of the painting. So they doesn't know what is nanoparticle, gold nanoparticle, but they construct the churches with this paintings, etc. to allow only visible light, not allow UV light. That's the concept they do in the olden days without any proof. Okay, that's the important point. So these alchemy people are very good people. They do lot of things actually. Okay, so they do lot of things actually. So they use mercury, sulfur, antimony, etc. Many metals they discovered, and they give all condenser instruments, procedures, etc., lab procedures, etc. They write in this form and they do. They are called alchemists. Okay. So what happened now? So we can see they are the people do lot of chemist work actually. So this is the one. So we can see here very important point. Now we have a kitchen. If you go to any house, we have a kitchen actually. Okay. Modern kitchen. We have modern kitchen actually. Okay. With all stainless steel or all glass, etc. But in the olden days we have all made up of vase. The vase will be made up of silica. Silica will be there actually. So they store your soap, wine, basic medicine, etc. only in the vase. If you store in your kitchen, stainless steel kitchen, salt, what happens? During the summer time, winter time, you can see your kitchen, go and take your salt actually, okay, we have never touched a symbol. Take a salt and throw it and see the bottom, you get corrosion actually. Why? Because you know salt may become corrosion forms. But if you store this in a vase, nothing will form actually. So this vase is good for many medicinal applications. That's why in the olden times they take a fruits and they put in the vase actually. You can ripen. But nowadays fruits are ripened using chemicals. We're using fruits ripened with chemicals. But the olden days they don't chemicals, but they get the fruits ripened by putting the vase actually. What is vase made up of? Vase is made up of silica. What is silica? Sand. Generally, in your house you see your silica vessels like we want to make a kira masil panuvom. So if you see this one, the colors will be there, different colors. You can see here brown, you can see a dark brown, light brown, etc. Why this vase has different colors? When you burn it actually, why it become different colors? So sometimes it become black. This is because silica particles are different size effects. That's called quantum dots. We call the silica particles are quantum dots. So quantum dots are different colors actually from green to orange, etc. That's the reason it becomes a different colors, because based on particle size. Based on particle size, your different colors can be formed. That's your silica particles are very, very good for many, many applications. So this is the important one. In Tamil, we know we are using the Acham, Nanam, Madam, Pairpi, etc. Same thing, Greeks were used important concepts. Four important, very, very important for your life. We need earth. To live in earth, we need air. To live in earth, we need air. To eat food, we need fire. To drink, we need water. So they use symbols for notation of this one. What symbol they can use? Water, I said H2O. But in the Greek symbols, they don't use H2O for water. They use some symbol actually. What symbol they may use? Think in the mind actually. Okay. So water, people get water. Sometimes people say water we don't get actually. That means water is something. That may be some problem for water. So they can use symbol for water separately. So earth they can use symbol. What symbol they can use? Earth has gravitational force. We can see they use a symbol earth downward arrow. You can see the triangle. The earth will have gravitational force. They use symbol arrow. Air goes up. So they use a symbol air goes up. See, that's a knowledge they use actually. Fire only a triangle they use eating. You are eating the chemical reaction. You are putting this one fire. So water, what they think? I said water, they can get sometime, they don't get sometime. So that's the reason they think in the mind, and they use symbol water, approximate, very important here. You can see water, they use symbol approximate actually. That's the concept here. Water is very approximate. For drinking water you want to get is approximate. So that's a symbol used in the Greek period, okay, by alchemy people. All are symbols actually. Okay. So this is the Paracelsus, one of the chemists. He is not a doctor. He is a medicinal chemist person. He is a medicinal chemist. He do all medicinal reactions actually. Okay. He said man consists of three elements. Okay. Man has to follow three elements in life actually. So what are the three elements? One is called salt represents the body. Your body will be a salt. Why body will be a salt? I can explain here. For example, when you are naughty, okay, what happened? You do a lot of mischief. When you do a lot of mischief, your mom says, I have to control your salt. Why your mom says control your salt? Did you think actually? Mom is not a chemist actually, but she says, I have to control your salt. Why she says you control your salt? This is because in your body, for example, I throw this one, okay, immediately what happened? You will catch this one. How you get this signal to catch this one actually, okay? So you are taking your salt. You are taking a salt that's called sodium, for example, sodium chloride. In your skin, membrane chemistry, we control membrane chemistry, potassium is inside your skin actually. So when you go take your salt more, the sodium can replace your potassium, okay? This can go inside and outside actually. The concentration of sodium is inside more compared to potassium, okay? It gives signal to your brain. Nerves can impulse and give signal to brain. That's called your artificial intelligence. For example, if you throw a stone, immediately you can catch. How the brain knows the transformation from the reaction from sodium to potassium gives signal to your brain, and immediately brain says catch the ball. So that's the important point actually. He said salt represents the body. Okay. Second point will be, okay, second point will be your, we can call this one sulfur the soul. Okay. What is sulfur the soul? See, very important here, today morning some snacks, then vada, then lunch may be there. what happened? Every day you take your food with your mom's kitchen, nothing will happen to you because your mom put garlic, she put garlic in your food actually. But in the food we are buying outside, they don't put garlic, they put garlic less amount actually. So what happened now? If you don't take garlic, you get a digestion problem. So sulfur, to make the sulfur to release from the body, waste gas, sulfur the soul. So you have to very important, sulfur the soul in your body. Maintain the gases inside will be good. Gas gone out means you will be dead actually. That's the important point. And third point, mercury the spirit. So you know mercury is called solid liquid metal, okay, that's liquid metal. You take a beaker of water, what happens? It will tumble. Whereas the mercury, take a beaker of mercury, it won't tumble. That means if you have become a 50 or 60, you will be maintain your dignity, do yoga, etc. So mercury spirit. So these three you have to maintain to live for longer period. If you want to live for longer period, you have to maintain your salt, sulfur and mercury. That's the most important in life. This can be given by not by a doctor, by a medicinal chemist, Paracelsus. He is the person, he informed this one. Maintain your salt, mercury, sulfur and mercury. We can live for longer period. That's why we go to Japanese and Chinese, they can live for longer period because they control the three important concepts in life actually, okay. So that's your life important actually. Okay, now I come to the mid-age over, now come to modern age. Modern age, we want, alchemy people don't give proof. Modern age, they give proof. If you give a proof, you can get Nobel Prize. If you give a proof, you get a PhD degree, okay. So that's the important point. Robert Boyle is the 17th century, he born. He is the 14th children in his family. He is the one find the law of P1 B1 equal to P2 V2, Boyle's law. If you only find this law, you can say, sir, I can also say A1 B1 equal to A2 B2, I can say, but I can't give a proof. If I give a proof, then only accepted. You give a proof using a pump, use a pump, a vacuum pump, and explain this phenomena, you get a Nobel Prize. So to get Nobel Prize, you have to give a proof for everything. That's Robert. The Lavoisier, oxygen ratio, he is the one find the oxygen ratio, okay, law of oxygen ratio in the atmosphere can be find actually. He is the person who find the law of conservation of mass, okay. He is the person who find that hydrogen plus oxygen give rise to water, okay, the reaction may be proved, he can give actually. And the next one, John Dalton. John Dalton is the one, he is a we can call he is the one find the atomic theory and law of material proportion actually, okay. He is the one at the age of 12 become a teacher. Think at the age of 12 he became a teacher. There's a person now at the age of 21 become IIT professor. Same thing, he will be a person at the age of 12 become a school teacher actually. He is the one find the atomic theory, okay, law of material proportions. Carbon plus oxygen give rise to carbon monoxide. Carbon plus O2 gives rise to carbon dioxide. Half O2 and O2 gives carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide can be proved. So Goldstein, you can see the protons, etc. Goldstein can found, okay. And this one, J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson is the one, okay. He comes from a very poor family. What happened? His mom gives every day food will be plum cake. Every day plum cake. Every day you go to a house, mom give plum cake. So from the plum cake, he found the electrons are moving around. The plum cake is the one, you can see a lot of plums are hazardously directly. So from the plum cake, you take an innovative idea and find electrons are negatively charged and positive charge, etc. can be, protons can positive charge, he can give actually. So this is called plum pudding model he can do. So just by plums, plum pudding model, he can propose the electron orbital things actually, okay. Rutherford is the one find your that is your alpha particle. From gold for eating, you can get alpha particle. Like this, people are giving lot of evidences actually. Neil Bohr is a goalkeeper. He's a goalkeeper. Okay, he find the etc. Particles are revolving around elliptical orbit. Like this, people have found the proof. So they get Nobel Prize. So why they get Nobel Prize? Not simply by Nobel Prize. They get everything by doing this one Nobel Prize actually. Okay. So now. So we see the old age, we see the modern age. So what we are doing actually, okay? What we are doing in our laboratory, we want people nanoparticle. So this is the one we call ultrasound. So we can see ultrasound. Physics people likes ultrasound, they can ultrasound or chemist people say sonochemistry. and engineers say cavitation phenomena. See, same one, physics people say ultrasound, chemistry people say sonochemistry, and chemical engineers say the cavitation phenomena. What is this three words different actually? Okay. So, you know, we are the one always copy, we human beings always copy. This bat can find, you know, bat has no eyes. People say bat has no eyes. Then how can it find its prey? See, it's a prey, food, okay, it's a food here. So how can bat can find its food? Bat send some waves, that's called ultrasound waves, and waves can go and find the food actually. So what happened now? The waves can come from the bat and you can eat the prey and return back. So bat can calculate the distance and go and pick the prey and fly off. So you can see, now if I ask you a question, I have paid, I go to shopping mall and buy things for 882 rupees, 882 rupees. Then what happened? You use your calculator to find 1000 minus 882, how much? But bat has no eyes, but you can find the distance by calculating sending the ultrasound waves. How you can find the distance actually? So bat make high pitch crisp sound waves. That sound human can't actually, that's called ultrasound. So like normal sound, ultrasound echoes off. It echoes off and the echoes can cause them to find the distance actually. So dolphins also use the same phenomena actually, okay. So what humans will do, we see bats send ultrasound, dolphins use ultrasound. Humans can capture this two knowledge and they found ultrasound and they make something called sonar. They make submarines with a phenomena called sonar. Sonar is nothing but sound navigation ranging. We copied the phenomena from dolphins and bat and we find the sonar, sound navigation ranging actually. Okay, what is that? I will explain later. So we can use ultrasound to look into the body, whether we have a brain, we have a etc. We can find, that's advantage. Okay. So I said bat has no eyes, it calculates distance. We know this is how to calculate distance actually. Bat sends an echo of 0.01 second, okay, after it makes a trip, how far away the object calculate. So the clue 1, speed of sound in air will be 330 meter per second. Speed of sound in air will be 330 meter per second. And second clue will be speed of sound equals to distance divided by time taken. You have formula here. So distance equals speed by time. Apply the formula actually, 330 divided by 0.1, we get the answer 3.3 meter. 3.3 meter is perfect, correct or not? 3.3 meter is correct or not? So we calculated correct actually, but you know, bats send the waves and the waves come back and return back. Therefore, this divided by 2, that is called 1.65 meter. Bat says this one, distance for the food will be 1.65 meter and go and pick in a few seconds. That's the important point actually, is from use the ultrasound phenomena, physics phenomena to make this one clues actually. Okay, so we humans always copied, okay, we always copy actually, okay. Titanic, you know what is Titanic? Everyone knows Titanic actually. Titanic is a big ship and we watch this movie for n number of times, and who is the hero, who is the heroine, etc. We say, we know sir actually. Okay, why this accident occurs? Sir, we don't know that accident occurs. When is the accident occurs? We don't know sir. How many persons are died? We don't know sir. We know only one person is saved sir. The heroine will be saved, Rosie will be saved, others are died. That only we knows, okay. So that's a concept. But this accident occurs on 15th April 1912. Number of persons in board will be 2,340. Number of persons saved will be 705. And number of persons lost life will be 1,635. Who is the captain? E.J. Smith. Why this accident occurs? If we ask question actually, sir, I saw the movie sir a number of times. I saw on the day of accident, the captain may drink and drive the ship actually, that may be causes accident actually. He may drink and drive sir, that may cause accident. No, this is because in this ship actually we call sonar, sound navigation ranging. Sound navigation ranging is the instrument, sound navigation ranging is called sonar. So they send, similar to your ultra bat, they send the echoes in the sea. If there is an iceberg or mountain under the water, the echo will come back. Okay, think if there is an iceberg or mountain in the water, the echo will come back. Then the captain knows that there may be iceberg, he change the direction of ship. So this sonar is failed there, that's why we get an accident in the Titanic actually. That's the concept of your sonar in the ship, so using your phenomena ultrasound. So you use your ultrasound to see the mother's womb, male baby or female baby, or full body scan, okay, SPECT, we call SPECT, or CT scan, MRI, etc. We use ultrasound because ultrasound has no side effects. But we know this one, Madame Curie and Pierre Curie, she is the one get 2 times Nobel Prize actually. She find X-rays, okay, that's why they get Nobel Prize actually. But X-rays have side effect, but sonography has no side effect, etc. So how they use, sir, this all we know, how they use actually. This is because the simple chemical in the probe, barium titanate, this is called your probe, where they have used a chemical called barium titanate, and the barium titanate, and they scan the mother's womb, baby can send different waves. Based on the waves, they can calculate the boy baby or female baby in the mother's womb can be done. That's your sonography actually. So we want to use the sound waves to make a nanoparticle in our laboratory and for different applications. So what is ultrasound? Only sound energy which humans cannot hear. So we have ultrasound. So in the scanning of the body, we use high power ultrasound, 2 megahertz to 200 megahertz, but no side effect. In the laboratory, we use 20 kilohertz to make a nanoparticle. Below 20 kilohertz, we go 20 hertz. We don't call ultrasound, we call infrared sound. So which animal makes such sound? Anyone knows? 20 hertz will make by only grasshopper. Grasshopper can make such sound, low sound, infrared sound, okay. So remaining things we can make, bat, etc. from approximately 20 kilohertz can be formed actually. So we use a laboratory 20 kilohertz probe and we make a nanoparticle. We can see here, we are sending take a beaker, this is a beaker, and transistor makes sound waves 100%. When you go to the water medium, only 12% comes into the water medium, remaining 88% sound waves will go outside, waste energy. This 12% is taken by the gold nanoparticle. If you want to put a gold solution will take this 1.4% and form gold nanoparticle, and remaining 10.6% only once again sound waves are gone. We can prepare a gold nanoparticle in 30 minutes. We don't want just only a waves. It's only a waves. From the waves, sound waves, we can make your nanoparticle. That's the advantage of your ultrasound. Only sound waves can make your nanoparticle can be done actually. Okay. So ultrasound, physics phenomena, chemist people say sonochemistry, but chemical engineer says cavitation. What is cavitation? This is called bubble chemistry. We call this one bubble chemistry. What is bubble chemistry actually? Okay. For example, here is a fisherman. He purchased a new boat, propeller. It's a propeller actually. See, this is a very good one. Okay. And he go for fishing. Once he go for fishing and come back, he find the propeller get damaged. You can see the propeller get damaged. Since he's a layman, he think the damage may be due to a big shark. Big shark may eat the propeller actually. So that way it causes damage actually. Okay. So, but chemical engineer says maybe cavitation, bubble chemistry. When the boat is going in the water, bubbles are formed. That bubbles can cause damage. We can say bubbles can cause damage to propellers, not your fish can eat target the material actually. So, due to bubbles formation, we can get, sir, bubbles can make this one, people are asking, just bubbles can make this target broken actually? Yes, it broken. How? Every day you are making tea in your house, okay? You are making tea in your house every day actually. But what happened? Tea kettle is broken. Generally what happened is a story not only India, all over the world, there may be a fight between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law actually. A new daughter-in-law comes to the house, mother-in-law take her to the kitchen and say, this is my tea kettle, my mother-in-law gave, you make a tea for the welcoming people actually. She make a tea. While making tea, she broken the kettle, fight starts between them universally. But if she is a chemist or she is a physicist, she is an engineering actually, she can argue with the mother-in-law. Why? When the water boils every day, we can see water boiling point boils at 100 degrees Celsius, bubbles are formed and broken. Bubbles are formed broken. Bubbles are formed broken. it produces a temperature of 7000 Kelvin. It produces temperature of 7000 Kelvin. That temperature can cause damage to the T vessel. So 7000 Kelvin is broken. Do you have proof? Yes, we have proof actually. So the bubbles are forming here like small by one etc. and grow and form a bigger size. Suddenly it will explode. When you explode actually, okay, when you explode, it will explode. It gives a high temperature. You can see it gives a high temperature and it can broke the particle actually. So this can cause very high temperature, and that temperature we can get every day. You can see you get high temperature 5000 Kelvin. At the temperature we can get every day where? If we go near to the sun's core, only we can get the temperature 6000 degrees Celsius. You can see here, if we go near to the sun, we get this temperature. But you are making this every temperature every day in your tea kettle. So that's your tea kettle is broken, not due to the daughter-in-law does not know how to make a tea. That's called your sonic bubble chemistry. So bubble chemistry will cause damage to your tea kettle, not this one. So proof, he is a person, okay, Suslik from University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. He gave a proof for this one actually. So he says that bubbles are formed and gives by photoluminescence method. He watches the bubble temperature and he gives one. But no one knows him, okay. But he shares his laboratory to make a movie. It's called chain reaction. He shares his laboratory to make a movie, chain reaction. This movie is taken in his laboratory, and this is the guy who is a PhD scholar, and this is the faculty, not his guide. He is a neighbor's faculty. That means he and his guide do something called photosplitting of water into hydrogen and oxygen. But this is the neighbor faculty. We always want to see what happened to neighbor lab. We don't work actually. We always see neighbor's house, what happened actually, okay. So same this guy take the work, he copied the work from this PhD student. So that's the problem starts. That's a movie called chain reaction. That means you apply a photosplitting of water into hydrogen and oxygen using the ultrasound. So we get this one. This movie is taken in the Suslik laboratory and this using ultrasound. That's ultrasound can be proof. Bubble chemistry can be given a proof actually. Okay. So we want to prepare gold nanoparticle laboratory. So gold is prepared. We take auric chloride and we have to add small amount of citric acid, lemon juice, or we can add some sodium borohydride, reducing agent, etc. We can get your nanoparticle. But we are adding some chemicals. We are adding some chemicals means what happened? We get a gold nanoparticle plus something, etc. actually. But we know the famous chief minister, Dr. M.G. Ramachandran, he will take gold paspam. So gold paspam you want to take means it should not contain any chemicals. It should be a pure chemicals. That means green chemistry without any reducing agent. So if we take a auric chloride and add small amount of add this ultrasound without a reducing agent, we can convert your auric chloride Au plus 3 to Au0 in 30 minutes. You can see here gold can give a peak. This can give a peak at 220 or 240 nanometer. Apply ultrasound 0 minute. 3 minutes this peak will be disappearing. Gold peak will be disappearing. And new peak is formed at, you can 0 minute no peak. At 20 minutes we can get a new peak actually, okay. We get a new peak formed. This shows that gold nanoparticles formed at 540 nanometer, okay. So this is the proof. We can see gold nanoparticle, gold is yellow color, but gold is purple color. We can get purple color, orange color, black color. We can prepare the gold nanoparticle, different sizes we can prepare in a laboratory without using any reducing agents, using ultrasound in just 30 minutes only. That's the advantage of your ultrasound. You can get your colloidal gold nanoparticle can be formed in a laboratory conditions. Okay, so this peak actually, we can see only one peak at 540 nanometer. If we have only one peak, we can say the particles are spherical in nature. If we have a peak around 700 plus, here we have peak means we can say it may be a rod or wire, etc. So we can say the particles formed here may be spherical or it may be different shape based on the absorbance spectra. Absorbance spectra is a basic tool, okay, so which can give proof for your compound. Only one peak that shows gold will be only spherical nanoparticle. If there is another peak here of 520 nanometer, 700 plus actually, then we can say it may be a rod or wire, long one form actually, then we can say difference actually. So when you do the SEM and TEM we find the particles are only spherical nanometer. So this confirms the particles will be spherical. So around 15 to 16 nanometer in size can be formed. Spherical particles are here actually. So I told MG Ramachandran take this gold as a medicine, Unani medicine, etc. So what happens? What happened to you? So if we see here, gold taken in your body, we have humans of amino acids in our body actually. Amino acid consists of HSA. Humans called HSA and cow etc. called bovines. So human HSA is called human serum albumin, consists of 585 amino acids in the body with only one tryptophan. But bovines have BSA 582 amino acids with 2 tryptophan MIT. Who likes gold? We are the humans like gold actually, okay. Bovines won't like gold. So when you check this one, interaction between your human HSA and BSA, HSA has more interaction. You can see here, HSA has more interaction with the gold compared to bovines. So humans have more interaction towards gold compared to bovines. We can calculate the association constant of the which one associated actually and find that HSA has more attraction towards gold. So humans have more attraction can be find out actually. Second point. So that's we calculate HSA has more attraction compared to your BSA. That's a point we can note it here actually. Using your Benzyl element plot, MSc students know in photochemistry we are using a Benzyl element plot actually from which calculate your how much absorb can be found. Similarly quenching reaction we can do and which one quenches more? Humans can quench, bovines can quench, we can gold actually, okay. Bovines can quench more compared to humans because bovines attract gold, so they don't quench. So bovines can quench more gold compared to humans. So it shows that bovines have less attraction to gold compared to humans. So that's a proof we can say. So what's the role here? This gold will act as a preventer. We can see when you take gold pum, it will act as a preventer. If any virus comes to my body, it are not allowed to go inside the body, okay. So that's your gold will act as a preventer to cure your life actually. So that's the important point we can clarify. We can also find this gold nanoparticle by your photoluminescence method, confocal microscope. We use two types of DNA, AU DNA, adenine uracil and other one GC DNA, guanine cytosine DNA. So when you use AT DNA, adenine thymine, only forms straight chains. When GC DNA forms spherical image, that means GC DNA has more attraction towards gold. By confocal microscope we can prove AT DNA has less attraction can be confirmed. So that's why gold has good application point of view. So this phenomena people used to make use of in the medical field, guided drug delivery system, okay. For example, if I have a cancer, throat cancer, okay, here cancer may be in the throat one, what happened actually? What happened? So I can go to hospital where they can put a drug called enema. Enema is called copper drug. They can put me drug from my face to my chest. So I have only cancer in my throat, but they put the enema from face to throat. So generally when I have cancer, what happens? I cannot explain to anyone I have cancer. I will hide my cancer thing. But after one or 2 days putting enema, my face color changes. People ask what happens to your face. Then we can say I have cancer. So to avoid this, that means your good cells get damaged by using chemical enema. To avoid this, we can use your guided delivery system where your tumor cancer cells will be here. So you inject your medicines to your vein with an iron nanoparticle. It can go and search the tumor and will apply your heat energy or ultrasound phenomena, okay, and you can release the drugs over there and we can cure the medicine, cure the tumor cells only without causing damage to the normal cells. We can see normal cells, nothing happened, you can cure the cells here. That's the advantage of your guided drug delivery system. So this is the application point of view people can use for many applications. It's called photodiode therapy actually. So we are the chemist. We know your electrochemical series actually. Gold is the one for morning. Dr. Jegadesan says zinc will be minus value, copper will be positive value, okay. So which undergo reduction, which undergo oxidation, etc. Similarly, we can know electrochemical series, gold, silver. When you prepare gold nanoparticle, we can see 30 minutes, we get lot of particles. When you do similarly silver, we can see only less number of particles only noticed. Why silver is less, gold is more? It takes more powerful windows, powerful ultrasound actually. This we set in your mind. We put both the gold and silver salt in a beaker and apply ultrasound. When I apply ultrasound, first gold forms, you can see the black one, gold forms your nanoparticle, and then silver will be formed on the outside actually. We get a core shell nanoparticles. So because gold can be easily reduced compared to silver, so gold is first reduced to form gold nanoparticle, and then silver can coat on the surface, we get a core shell nanoparticle that we can see here. First gold will be formed here in the surface, and then silver will be here, and both gold and silver will be there. It shows gold will be surrounded by silver nanoparticle can be formed. That's we call core shell nanoparticle. Thus we are doing the electrical series teaching in our class of BSc, MSc, from which we have a concept here, and we find this one actually. So first metal, two metals are there. First metal gold can reduce and form a spherical image, and then silver can form a second layer. We get a bimetallic gold silver nanoparticle can be formed. So once we prepare this one, we think we can prepare gold, silver, gold, ruthenium, because ruthenium is used as a very good fuel cell catalyst. So we can prepare gold. You can see gold will be purple color here, ruthenium will be brown color. We get this one. When I do this one actually, what happened? We get different size particle. We don't get core shell, we get alloys. We can get a bigger particle, we get alloys are formed because gold and ruthenium potentials are almost same. They both are reduced at the same time, therefore we get the alloys are formed. Then we do cyclic voltammetry and we can say carbon monoxide poisoning. In the car, exhaust carbon dioxide coming actually. When you use this gold and ruthenium as a catalyst, you can absorb the carbon monoxide and leave only carbon dioxide only outside. That's the advantage of your fuel cell catalyst we can use. Okay, so now, this gold has many applications. One of the applications will be your called TaO2. TaO2 is a very good pigment used in all paint industry, and TaO2 is a good catalyst for, if you go to Japanese buildings, they put TaO2 glass door actually because water cannot absorb. TaO2 is hydrophobic actually, okay. So we want to make a gold nanoparticle, we want to make a TaO2 nanoparticle, you can see bigger size. We don't want bigger size particle, we want smaller particles, so we take both gold precursor and TaO2 precursor and make a smaller nanoparticle, very, very small nanoparticle formed. Why we make this particle? We want to use this to remove a compound, Teric GN9. This is called nonyl phenol. 9 is called nonyl, OH group is called phenol. This compound is many industries they can use this compound to make nonyl phenol, but this chemical is very toxic to human beings. What happened now? If we go to China and Japan, they eat raw fish. When they eat raw fish, what happens? This chemical as pollutant go to the sea. The fish can take this chemical. When they take the raw fish, what happens? This chemical goes to human beings. The teeth can cause damage. If you go to Japan and China, most of the people have teeth will be artificial teeth. Why? Because the chemical can cause damage to the teeth actually. So this is a toxic pollutant. They can remove by ultrasound method, and we can see can remove this one in a particular time, and we get a carbon dioxide water as a final product actually. That's the advantage of your ultrasound method actually. So like this we can go on. If you want to prepare organic chemistry, okay, organic chemists use a condenser, oil bath. They use oil bath, water bath. For high temperature will be 150 plus, they use oil bath to do the reaction, okay. So and they can do. So we want to prepare a compound, starting compound is chlorobenzoic acid, and then with aminophenol, and then combine to form a reaction, and we get a final product will be like this. Very important for organic chemistry, yield. Yield will be how much? Yield will be how much they want, yield will be only 88%. So you can see here 120 degrees Celsius, that means they have to take oil bath. 5 hours they have to do reaction. If current is cut, doing the reaction current is cut, what happened? Then we get some other intermediate. So your product, what you expect, this product, we don't get this product, we can get a different product can be formed. So that's a problem. Then how can avoid? So we use the ultrasound. So I said ultrasound, we use sound waves and we use the same reactants, okay. Instead of 120 degrees Celsius, we can do reaction room temperature because we get the temperature here 5000 Kelvin inside. So we do reaction only room temperature. For 1 hour, we get the same product. That's the advantage of your ultrasound, and yield is also more. So we proved this one and we published some paper. Is NMR and we get different compounds. Time will be reduced and yield will be increased. we get different organic compounds we prepared in our laboratory to get the compounds. So last 2-3 slides. So what happened now? So we have a polymer, because industry want to prepare polymer. To prepare a polymer, what happened? You know, basic chemistry, initiation, propagation and termination reactions are needed actually. So this is your polymethyl methacrylate, colorless liquid actually. Okay, to follow the polymer like this, you apply initiation, propagation, termination. But we don't want that one. We apply ultrasound. This is symbol for ultrasound. Apply ultrasound. We get in 1 hour. You can see in 1 hour we get the globules, polymer globules of your polymethyl methacrylate formed. This is the one white color liquid actually. So molecular weight will be this one, and density of the compound calculated. So this is the compound we can prepare in 1 hour. That's the advantage of ultrasound. We can save time. We can save time actually. Mechanism is not initiation, propagation, termination. Mechanism is somewhat different. It depends on bubble chemistry. So how much bubbles are formed? More bubbles are formed, more reaction. So we have to talk about your CS, cavitation bubbles. These bubbles are called number of active cavitation bubbles. If bubbles are more, we can get the reaction faster. Bubbles are less, we can get. So we don't want the initiation, propagation, etc. We get different mechanism based on your bubble chemistry. We get different mechanism. That's the advantage of your ultrasound. So in this lecture, I am mostly focused on your ultrasound or general chemistry, what the chemistry in the olden days, what the chemistry in the modern days, and how is the advantage of chemistry in ultrasound method. So we can use this method to make a nanoparticle. Maybe tomorrow lecture I will go to the solar cells, fabrication, etc. Okay. So you can see ultrasound, people think it's not good actually, but nothing will happen. Ultrasound has many technological industry applications and used for many things. Very expensive, not inexpensive, it's a very cheaper method to make your acceptance actually. Okay. So I have to thank my scholars, funding agencies, to GIAN also for this conference actually. So if you have any questions, I am happy to answer your questions. Any clarification if you need actually. Okay, please. Any questions? Okay, we have afternoon we can give feedback forms, everyday feedback forms, everyday attendance report. So they ask, GIAN asks such questions actually. So everyday attendance report, everyday feedback forms. We have to upload this one everyday evening actually, okay, video also. You have to integrate, you have to ask questions more, then only people may be happy actually, okay. Any questions, 1 or 2 questions please? Okay. Thank you one and all for attending lecture.